guys, today I have a very special treat for you. In the support of Space Jam, A New Legacy, I was lucky enough to be part of an interview with Sonequa Martin-Green, who plays Kamaya James, LeBron James' wife, in this movie. And first of all, she's absolutely amazing in it, of course. What do you expect? She's incredible. But not only did we participate in this interview where we got some insight into the movie and her role in it, she did talk about her parenting fail and her parenting win, her Toon Squad and her Goon Squad moment, so to speak, and I shared mine as well. So before we check that out, though, if this is your first time here, I'd love it if you'd take 1 second and hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoy the content, go ahead and hit that notification bell. All right, let's check out this interview with Sonequa. Hey, Tessa from MamasGeeky here. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel.
Sonequa, will you kick us off with your Toon Squad win parenting moment?
Okay, here we go. I must say, just recently, probably about a couple of months ago, my son, who's 6 now, said at dinner that he feels like he hasn't really had to sacrifice that much from the pandemic, because we were talking about, we were telling him how proud we are of him. And I was telling him that, I just really appreciate how he's been handling everything, having to give up things, having to do things in such a different way. And he said, well, I don't really feel like I've had to lose a lot of things in the pandemic. Things have actually still been really, really good and fun for me, and I just was like, yes, because we've tried so hard to make sure he knows what's happening, so he has ownership and make it an adventure and all of that. So that was great to hear.
I would say that's a huge win right there.
Yes,
right there. That's a huge win.
Thank
yes.
you.
And then what's your fail moment that we've all had?
The fail moment is let's see. What is a fail moment is when they fall and hurt themselves. There was one time where my son fell and hurt himself and I wasn't able to get to him fast enough. So it was actually my husband who was physically closer to him. So he actually got to him first. He ended up being fine. It was just like a sort of bump on the head, but it did scare him, and he was he was upset. But I had tried to get there and didn't, and he was like, "Mommy, why didn't you get to me?" Or why?
Yeah.
I was like, I tried.
Yeah.
Daddy was closer.
Hi, I'm Tessa with MamasGeeky.com. And the win would be my 10-year-old got moved to virtual schooling, obviously, during the pandemic. And she was really struggling with it. And when we decided to bring her back, I spent some time with her going over math and ELA. And then she got an award as the second most improved in school. So I thought that was a big deal. I was so proud of her, and also good job, Mom, for taking that time. So that was really super exciting. And
so what's your fail?
Oh, it's got to do with my youngest. She's 8, but about 2 years ago, we were going on vacation, and I told her I packed her Snuggle Bunny that she cannot sleep without. And apparently I did not pack her Snuggle Bunny, and she has yet to let me forget that. She spent a week without her bunny that she couldn't sleep with. She fell asleep fine, of course, but she still doesn't let me hear that. Every time we pack, are you sure you packed Snuggle Bunny? So she has.
At least you didn't lose it permanently.
Exactly. I would have had to buy a new one.
Yeah, that at least you salvaged that.
So, having this candid conversation about being moms and everything, I remember there was one point in the movie when, I know Malik was not your son, but in the movie, but you served him a look. And that was like a solid mom look that I know I have given my children before. So has there ever been a point where you've had to use that look on your kids?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I think if you can get it down to a look, you're doing good. You know what I'm saying? It's a little different than my look as Kamaya in the story, but I have the look, and then my son's like, okay.
Were you a fan of the original Space Jam or basketball growing up? And if so, what's it mean to be a part of Space Jam: A New Legacy?
Thank you for that compliment. And yes, I absolutely adored the original film. I was 11 when it came out. It was a big deal in my home. I almost grew up on that film. So it meant a lot to me. It still does. And so being a part of this new iteration, it means a lot to me because of that, because here we are furthering the legacy of this classic. And, I think it's really important. I think it's been modernized in such a beautiful, poignant way, in a way that can really speak to audiences today and even beyond today. And that is one of the things I love the most about it. In addition to playing this strong yet graceful matriarch, is also just knowing that this film is bigger and brighter and deeper than the original. So hopefully it gets into people's hearts like the original did.
How was it working with the legendary Lola Bunny?
Oh, I love Lola Bunny. Lola Bunny is goals, is she not? She's so strong and tenacious and secure in herself. And yeah, man, I really loved, being able to share space with her. We had cardboard cutouts on the day, but just the idea of it is really amazing.
I was actually able to see the film, and I'm a huge fan of The Walking Dead. And so knowing how cast are able to connect after the movie or in between shots, were you able to connect with the two young men that you were able to shoot with? And what was the relationship with LeBron Offset? I heard he's a really funny guy.
Yes, he is very funny. And thank you for that question. We had a good time together. We really did. Sierra and Cedric and Harper are some wonderful young people. They are. And of course, LeBron is wonderful as well. And so we all just got along really easily and nicely. We were a family like that, and we would have a lot of fun together off screen. We would always do riddles together, which was really funny, and set the stage for lots of shenanigans behind the scenes. So we had a great time together, and LeBron is great. I think he knew what was going to be expected of him leading this film, even though he had never done it before. I think he took that championship mindset and that leadership style that he has on the court. I think he took it to the set and to the story. And so because he was just 110% prepared and ready to go, it was easy. And we were able to just dive into the story together, and we all had such a great time.
I've always wondered, what is the most difficult part of filming a movie that splits between animation and live action?
Great question. I think the most difficult part is just rounding out the world for yourself in your mind's eye. You have to employ your imagination to such a degree that it really does take mental fortitude. It does, because it's like you almost have to imagine this world, and it has to be so specific that it's so real to you that you can taste it, touch it, smell it, all those things in your mind, so that you can fully and authentically interact with it. But it's almost like you have to keep it alive for yourself. And so it takes a lot of focus, you know what I mean? And a lot of intensity and concentration. So I think for those kinds of worlds, which I am familiar with acting in, it's like, all right, imagination, let's go. You gotta keep yourself sharp and keep yourself focused.
What are you hoping for parents to take away from this movie? The movie is hysterical, but there's also a lot of great, heartfelt moments and takeaways, I thought.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that. I agree. I think that the film is a lot deeper than the original, because at the root of it all is this family, and learning how to sacrifice for your family, and learning how to love your family as their authentic selves, right? As you were saying, and I think that you said it, actually. That's what's really powerful about this, is that you see this family learning and growing and changing together, and as Kamaya, it's so important for the matriarch of this family to be the one that can sort of strategically empower her husband, her children. She knows how to give space for her children and for her husband as well. And that's inspiring and to me, to see that kind of grace in action, and to see that kind of graceful leadership in action, and also to see that partnership in action as well, because the family could not survive without her. You know that it couldn't. And the family can't survive without him either. And so you see them co-helming this family together, especially a family like this that's in the public eye. Things are very difficult, and it's a big job to manage and nurture a family like that. So I really, it's one of the things that I love and respect the most about this iteration of Space Jam.
Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know your favorite part down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. You can follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at MamasGeeky over there. MamasGeeky. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much to all of my monetary supporters, my members here on YouTube, as well as my patrons. If you haven't joined yet, please consider doing so. We have some really awesome perks, including a monthly Zoom meeting where we get to talk face to face. Thank you again to everyone who supports me.